So, okay, there we go. Amazing. Well, welcome everybody. We're so glad that you're here to learn more about IBPI well-being. So I'm really glad to see everyone on. My name is Kristen Markey. I'm the founder and CEO of Nest Health Connections. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my company in a minute. And we have put together IBPI Wellbeing, created it, and will manage it in the future.
And I'm Doug Albrechts, an IBPI board member. And I've gotten to know Nest very well over the last year and a half as a key partner in our organization. And I'm the CEO of Marco Technologies. And I am the sponsor of this initiative for IBPI. So I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here. All right. So really, thank you for your interest in IBPI well-being. We're glad that you're here to learn about this opportunity to invest in the well-being of your employees. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to just share like a few stats about well-being in our country, in North America, and a little bit about just corporate wellness, and then my company Nest. And Doug is going to talk about Marco and what we've done for Marco. And then we'll get into the meat, like what is IBPI well-being and what you can expect, what the investment looks like, and the results that you can expect. And then we'll just finish up. We'll leave 5 or 10 minutes at the end, hopefully some time for you to ask questions. Hopefully that sounds great to everybody. Okay. So these are some stats just to set the stage to understand, a little bit about the fact that our country is unwell. And I don't want to start with doom or gloom by any stretch, but I think that it is important to just have an understanding. 40% of the adults in our country are obese, and lifestyle diseases are on the rise. Insurance rates are skyrocketing, and I'm sure that you all are very aware of that. As of this year, 52% of companies and 83% of specifically large companies offer wellness programs. The average ROI for an employee wellness program is 6 to 1. So it's a good ROI. 56% of employees who participate in company wellness programs report that they're less sick because of these programs. The companies that offer these programs have reported 66% increase in overall productivity. 72% of businesses reported lower healthcare expenditures, and more than 80% of the workers whose employers are involved in their wellness say that they love their jobs, so they're happy. These were all good sources. I didn't make any of these stats up, but just thought it would be important to share a few of these things before we get started. And usually when I talk to people, a lot of people are unfamiliar with corporate wellness. It has been around and recognized since the early 20th century. The industry has evolved significantly over decades, reflecting changes in the workplace culture, employee expectations, and our understanding of health and wellness. And these little boxes here kind of show kind of the evolution of corporate wellness today. We started with, in the early 20th century, the concept just emerged as employees recognized the importance for health and productivity and the connection there. And some companies put in on-site gyms, right? And that was their solution. And from there, EAP programs were born. And then kind of holistic initiatives came into play. 2010 was really the shift to wearables and apps, like just offering employees an app to engage with. Today, like a lot of mental health programs have surfaced, especially post-COVID. But really lots of companies are recognizing the need for wellness throughout the workday to prevent burnout and really enhance productivity. So that brings me to the company that I founded in 2017. We really create authentic, holistic, customized well-being programs for companies, and they integrate them into the cultures. Everything is very, very personalized. There's a lot of information here, but what's important that I want you to take away is the leadership team. Like, it is very important that the companies that we work with, that the senior leaders become involved, that it's important to the culture, that they participate, and that that they think that it's a worthwhile, they're investing in the well-being of their employees so that they participate. And we really encourage like families to participate, so that if you've seen something, that you share it with your family or your friends. Our core message revolves around becoming aware and taking responsibility for your own well-being, and taking small steps to incorporate healthy habits. And I'll just talk for a minute on small steps, because it's really not about overhauling your entire lifestyle, right? Because success happens when you do take these small steps. It might start with incorporating water into your life, or just being aware of how sleep impacts everything to do with your life. I mean, we're just continuing to bring messages of holistic health and small steps, and that one small win will lead to the next, and lead to the next, and hopefully lead to just the change that you want in your lifestyle. So, sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So why should you prioritize health and happiness when an organization prioritizes its employees' health and happiness? They see improvements in nearly every department of business and company culture. So it will build community and generates employee engagement, empowers and motivates, serves as a recruitment tool. We see this all the time, especially with the younger workforce. You know, people are expecting well-being programs. Improves mental clarity and energy levels, maximizes productivity, boosts retention, reduces sick days, and reduces healthcare costs. So there are lots of benefits to investing in something like this. All right, so I'm just going to turn it over to Doug for a minute, because you know, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be here, but we started working with Marco about 18 months ago, and, you know, created gold standard well-being for Marco, and we've had some wonderful results. So I'll let you just share a little bit about.
Thanks for that. A lot of the pictures you're seeing are my employees that were out on walking meetings. So it's good to see that you incorporate a lot in here.
I know, I think the last picture.
I apologize. I have a little cold and we're doing a wellness meeting. So that has no bearing on what we do here at Marco. Let me tell you that. But anyway, as an IBPI board member, I thought it was imperative to be able to bring what a wonderful opportunity to some of the smaller dealers. We have 1,200 employees, but to bring it to some of the smaller companies, to be able to have the opportunity to participate in something that's really changed our culture, and it's really even changed my life in some respects. I've had my own personal journey through all of this in terms of whatever that may be for me, and some of it was around physical and mental health. But for our employees, we did a survey, and that survey was, we have 1,200 employees, and we had, I think, north of 850 or so that actually responded to the survey. And as a result of that, you can see all the highlights based on the feedback that they gave us, things that were really important to them in their lives, whether it was about their personal lives that would make them better at home, or whether it was things that were going to make them better at work. And I've done a lot of interviews on this. One of the quotes that is the biggest takeaway when I do interviews is that I think some of the money that we spend as a $465 million company, probably the best expense that I've made, or the best investment, I wouldn't even call it an expense, it's an investment, was right here with Nest Health Connections. And we've customized a very big program because we have 1,200 employees and we get feedback on this regularly. We're integrated pretty much everything we do with Nest around health and wellness with our employees. And we've seen a tremendous change in our culture. We've seen a tremendous change in how we recruit. The participation levels are very, very high. And we just did an all employee survey on Marco and incorporated wellness into that survey. And it got incredible high marks for what we've set out to achieve. So I have nothing but great things to say about it. And I think one of the most difficult things for us is how can we bring it as an offering to IBPI and to those dealers that have participating as members in IBPI. And it was something near and dear to my heart, and we presented it to the board. The board thought it would be a great opportunity to be able to customize or put together a program that you could take advantage of so that you could bring these same health and wellness practices, if you elect to do so, to your employees. And I guarantee you, based on what we're seeing here, we're seeing a highly motivated, a highly healthy, sound mind, sound heart, whatever you want it to be. We're seeing a lot of changes within this organization. We're seeing our retention rates being higher. There's a lot of great things coming out of this. So I'm very, very happy to be able to offer this with Kristen to you guys today. So.
Oh, thank you so much. And at the end of this presentation, Doug is going to stay and he'll be a part of our Q&A too. So I'm sure you guys will have some questions specifically for, how we executed at Marco or whatever questions. So thank you. All right. So let's change gears a little bit and talk about IBPI well-being. Healthier Together is going to be our tagline. The mission of the program, IBPI Wellbeing, inspires and empowers our community to embrace a culture of wellness through connection, education, and action. We provide awareness and support for individuals to take small, significant steps toward optimal health, fostering an environment that makes balance, vitality, and longevity accessible to all. So this is a perfect opportunity for IBPI as a group to come together and offer, the best of the best program for, we'll get to the costs in a minute, but it's like a substantial savings. So excited to share with you guys what we're going to launch in January. So well-being looks different for everybody. IBPI well-being will focus on 4 pillars. So the 4 pillars of health that we define are movement, sleep, nutrition, and mental health. And of course, stress is really part of that. But we always say it's a holistic model, meaning we touch on every aspect of holistic health. To the point of we do talks from beekeepers and other opportunities like sustainability and just a huge array of topics from top to bottom, and they're ever changing. So while our pillars really are around movement, sleep, nutrition, and mental health, just know that there are so many topics that we cover. We just did presentations on comedy and why laughter is the best medicine. So it's not all this heavy stuff. We try to keep it light and fun too. So we encourage movement, eating whole foods, hydration, community, mindfulness, so that your employees will feel seen, valued, and cared for. All right, so we're going to launch January 8th with one comprehensive, customized, holistic well-being program designed for and available to all IBPI members. Once we're kind of underway, we're going to do a survey to understand the employee needs, to make sure that we're, firing on all cylinders and we've got the content that all of the employees are interested in, and know that, we'll continue to survey to make sure that we're on track. Know that this is being curated specifically for you, but we might try something that really takes off and we want to have more content in that direction, or we might try something and the employees are not that interested, so we'll shift. So that is really the benefit of having this customized program, right? That we can really change things up on the fly and make sure that we're engaging with as many employees as possible. So we are in the midst right now of creating an IBPI website. I've got an image of it right now. This will act as a hub for all of our content. So we've created that branding and the mission. It will be password protected for those members who sign up. So once you sign up, you have full access. For those people that are interested and they want to see what it's about, they'll be able to access the landing page to see what it's about. But the content will be password protected for those people that choose to participate. And that will have like our schedule, all the recordings, everything will be stored there. There's recipes there, there's trivias on there, there's lots of tips, just all really good content on the website. I think it's the next slide. I'm going to show you our annual calendar that we've built out for the year. Yeah, I'll just share that in just a second. Know that, it's great to have all of this amazing content, but if your employees don't know about it, who cares? So like the marketing efforts are meaningful. We do email marketing every other week with a big newsletters. Those newsletters have, the upcoming content, talk about the content that has just passed, and, has recipes and just lots of tips, and that's great, as well as some posters and things that you can hang around your office. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is an ambassador meeting. I'd love to see one ambassador per company. And we will meet once a month to be able to share ideas and to be able to share feedback and really make sure that the employees are engaging. So that'll be important. And the last thing on here is a mobile application, and that's through Mighty Networks. And I have an image on that too that I'll share in a second. Okay. Here is our calendar as it looks right now. So you'll see at the top, we have a theme every single month. Starting in January, we have it's called the Kickstart Challenge. Really focuses on setting the year up with your best foot forward, and really attacking all aspects like nutrition and movement, stress and sleep. But we have content every single week in the month of January. We'll have 10-minute breaks throughout the year that will each month will focus on a different thing. So a 10-minute break around meditation, or a 10-minute stretch break, or a brain break. Those have been really popular as well. So lots of different contents, just like really short content that you can just tune in and get a little break, a 10-minute break throughout the day. We will have live content, educational content every month. Whether it's talks on how to get the best night's sleep, or, food for mental health, or, diabetes 101, financial wellness, just a variety of different holistic wellness topics that you can tune into. And we're also going to have cooking demonstrations throughout the year. That's always been fun. We really try to promote just eating a whole foods diet. So we don't promote any one type of fad diet in any way, shape, or form. It's just about eliminating processed foods and focusing on eating real foods, and teaching people how to do that. So cooking is important, and then some kind of challenge. So the doing is what's really fun and what's gets people excited. So a challenge around steps, or hiking, or hydration, or there's just a variety of different things that we have there. So that's what the calendar looks like. There might be some changes. Again, I'm just going to note that, based on feedback, but this is where we're sitting right now. And we'll start the year with this calendar, and it will be on the website. This is what the landing page of the website looks like. It's going to be ibpwellbeing.com. So don't go there yet, but it should be done within the next week. On the website, we'll have all of the recordings, resources. These are free resources. So if you want to start at home with a 10-minute workout, we'll have free resources for you. If you're interested in yoga, if you're interested in Pilates or whatever, we'll have lots of free resources, even meditation. There's a community page. The community page will showcase all of the different companies that are involved in this initiative. The challenges will show, what challenge we're in, and have all the information on the challenge and ways to track the challenge. So this is kind of just the landing page right now. More to come there. And the next thing is a mobile application. This is done through Mighty Networks. This kind of takes the place if your organization has Microsoft Teams or Slack or some kind of IM platform. This sort of takes the place of this and really is an additional online resource just for the members, a space where you can connect with others, watch all the recordings in the program. The key is that we can have live discussions. So every day there will be some kind of tip. This happens all the time. Right now we are using Slack and Teams with a lot of companies that we work with. And, somebody will say, who has a recommendation for a kind of tea? And people will engage. Or if we've got a challenge going on, people will take pictures of doing the challenge. So it's really there to create that community with this live chat. But you'll be able to access all of the content on this mobile application as well. All right. So now we get down to, oh my gosh, I'm going to just I don't want to speed through the pricing, but you've probably seen this already. The cost, our average cost of a program is about $200,000. So $7,500, we are hoping that a lot of members participate. So you can either pay annually or monthly if you prefer. So, and it's, all of the what to expect, what I just shared with you guys. So, the surveys and the annual calendar and all the live and recorded content and the marketing that goes along with it, ambassador meetings and so forth. So that is the price, which is really an unbelievable offering. In addition to that, based on feedback from a few of the members, if you want to do some customization, meaning you want to have something specific to your organization, we have IBPI +1, +2, and +3. So if you want something specific, if you want to get more towards like the Marco, like specific to your organization, you might go towards, +3, where you have unique challenges and activities for your company. We would do a wellness day, community service projects, some unique talks, and access to a health coach. So lots of opportunities there. Really, the value is in recruiting and retention, productivity, and healthcare savings. So great value. I'm just so pleased to be here to talk through all of this. For me right now, like, we have a Kickstart challenge that's starting January 8th. We would love for you guys to sign up and that your employees to take part in that Kickstart challenge. They need to know about it all by the end of the year. Like, it's coming, because you don't want to be like, okay, now we've got a Kickstart challenge. So it's important that we market to everybody, all the employees, soon. So if you are interested, right after this meeting, IBPI is going to send out some information where you can sign up or request more information or request a meeting with me. So any of those things, really welcome the opportunity for, one-on-one discussion, especially if you're interested in the IBPI Plus platform. So that was a lot of talking.
Good talking.
All right. Okay. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to say, what kind of questions do you guys have? Okay, I know there's questions. Carrie. Oh,
I'll ask a question.
okay.
Doug, what have you established as your ROI on this, for you personally? Obviously, you're a much bigger entity, but what is your ROI as best you can calculate it for this engagement, so to speak?
Yeah, Rob, I think it's a great question. And I think it's something that everybody on this call has to think about, because when we make investments, it's all about the ROI. And this one has a quantitative and a qualitative ROI to it. quantitatively, the last thing she talked about there, she just kind of glossed over, but was healthcare costs. So we saw low double-digit healthcare costs for 3 years in a row. Up until last year, we saw a triple-digit percentage increase in Marco's healthcare cost for 1,200 employees. We started the program a year prior to that. So when we had about a year into the program, year and a half, we started to see our healthcare costs decline because of the number of visits that were actually going on by our carrier that they were measuring. And therefore, our broker was able to go out and get competitive bids on our healthcare. And this year is the first time in 10 years, we're going to see almost a triple percentage decrease in our healthcare. So that's a quantitative measurement. Qualitatively, we see happier people. We see people that are coming to the office that are coming out of their shell, employees that, we have a lot of techs in this industry, as you know, that their Nest and Kristen here customized a program for our techs that are in cars. That's why we pay the bigger dollar amount, she said here, but we customized the program to get front and center to them. They're eating healthier. They're coming to work happier. So these are all the qualitative things that are then showing up at our customer sites. And I think that's something here to think about. And when I first talked about it to our board, I think what we heard was, well, you guys are really big and you have a different budget set than everybody here. And that got me thinking, and that got me talking to Kristen, that got us talking to Mark. And we said, well, what could we do to kind of bring all of this to this entire community and get a really good chunk of this for maybe, a nominal price compared to what Marco is paying. And we came up with a great, I think, idea around that. And the ROI is great. So thanks for asking, Rob.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah. And I will mention, and I did mention this in the presentation, like really a lot of the success at Marco is due to Doug's participation, because he really promotes it with his people. He promotes it with his, first line, the senior leaders, to encourage the employees, but he attends the lunch and learns. He does the challenges, and he participates. And that's very important, because I've worked with, over the last 7 years, I've worked with a lot of different companies. And when the CEOs and the senior leaders aren't involved, it's not as impactful. I'm going to be very, very honest with you there. And really, if you are a leader here on the call and it's something that you're interested in, I would highly encourage you to participate. Highly, highly encourage to get the most bang for your buck and to get that ROI. Anybody else?
Hey, Kristen. So got the monthly calendar, kind of see the highlights of things throughout the year. What is a typical week going to look like? Are we going to see like notifications on our phone and we'll go through that app and see things there? Will we get emails? Are we going to the web? What's that going to look like for us?
Yeah. So on that, the Mighty Networks, the mobile application, will be on there every day. So there will be some kind of tip, and we're really trying to promote the community feel there on the application for sure. Every week there will be some kind of programming. So whether it's, a short 10-minute break, or a talk, or a cooking demonstration, or a challenge. So every week there will be something. The daily communication will come through the mobile application. And then every other week is the newsletter that kind of outlines, what's coming next. And then again, every month we'll have, printed materials that you can share with employees as well, so that what's happening, a month in advance. Does that make sense?
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay.
Will this program, we got a question, will this program guarantee John Ekstrom will lose 30 pounds? The answer is yes, 100%.
John, are you on the call?
Probably not, and that's probably why the question was asked.
He's probably at lunch. He's probably at lunch.
Well,
I want to meet with John.
in all seriousness, I lost 28 pounds. We've got probably 6 or 7 people here within our company that lost significant amount of weight, but it's even more than that. I think, you really think about, we didn't know this, and I shouldn't tell you this, but we had almost half of our employees on some sort of either pre or post diabetes medication, right? And when we started doing, one of our lunch and learns was on that. And when we saw, 300 people participate, we knew that a lot of people were coming out of their shell. One other very interesting one, we had a lunch and learn on menopause, and we had probably 36 men from Marco attend that lunch and learn. And the reason for it is they had a significant other, a spouse, or even a mom, that were having these challenges in their life, and they wanted to figure out how to help. So these are the things that, John Ekstrom should attend to that one too, by the way. But these are the things that you're pulling people out of maybe a part of them that you're giving them something that they normally wouldn't come out of their shell to take from you. And I think that's what we found within our company, Marco, the size of us. It's had a significant impact on our organization from many different layers, not just weight loss, but mental health, all sorts of things around the mental, the health and wellness spectrum that you would never imagine, that has really made a major impact. And I can't recommend it enough. I was very passionate about it. I'm glad our board supported it, and I hope our members also find it very compelling as well.
Hi, this is Carrie Padilla. I think I am attending in lieu of John Ekstrom. He's the one who sent me the invite. So that's why I'm attending. So he did forward it to me to hop on.
Amazing.
Well, Novatech's gonna have to, they're gonna have to do the plus 5 or 6 on this one. So.
But I absolutely. So my question is, I've been in the health and welfare space for many, many years. And I think, my challenge has always been with, wellness or corporate wellness is, how do you reach the population? So in my experience, it's the people who are on the fence or the people who already live or try to live healthy lifestyles and make good health lifestyle choices, typically participate. And we've always seen good participation in that, and out of that population. But, trying to reach the bulk of the population who's not interested, and trying to change that mind, get them engaged. And I was just curious of what type of success y'all have had on, tapping into that population who has absolutely no interest in healthy lifestyle choices.
That's an awesome question, Carrie. And I'm, it's a challenge for sure. And that is why we engage with a lot of different people to present the information, as well as the variety of topics. So this just happened recently where, we were working with Marco, months and months and months, and we always, the marketing, like I said earlier, like the marketing is important, right? Like we have to keep the message in front of the employees all the time. And also it's important that employees who are engaged talk about it. But I just had an employee that was like, well, I wasn't interested at all, but we had a talk on composting. I mean, it was just a random talk on composting. And he was like, oh, I'm so interested in composting and gardening. And then he went and he was like, that was the best presentation. And now he's been coming to everything. And so things like that, keeping the material fresh, and, things like humor, things like art, all just a variety, the variety and the variety of different people that present the information. So it's not the Kristen show at all. The name of my company is Nest Health Connections, and the connections is the most important word, because there are so many amazing people in this space doing amazing things, and we vet those people. We find those people to share the message. So, the marketing is helpful. The word of mouth, hopefully you've got a core group within your organization that is loving what we're doing, and the word spreads, but hopefully the content is interesting and compelling. so that we at least grab, everyone once a year.
So Carrie, I'll talk to John. I'll just go over John's head right to Dan and we'll get this worked out for you guys. And I'll 100% guarantee it. How about that?
Sounds good to me. Thank you.
You got
I
it.
appreciate the question.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have anything?
It's Rob again. One other question. Did you say there is the opportunity to have, spouses or family members participate as well? Just want to make sure I
Absolutely.
understood that. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, that's the beauty, because, if your spouse or your partner or, even a friend, comes along the ride with you, it just can be that much, the success usually is significantly better. Everything is recorded, so you can pass things along. People ask me all the time, oh, can I share this with my mom? Can I share this with my sister? Can I share, and absolutely, we are in the business of health and happiness, and we definitely want to share with as many people as possible. Well, I would love, but like I said, Mark's going to send out an email right after to all of you who were here today. And if you have any other questions, or you want to set up a meeting with anybody else within your organization, really would love to hear from you. And there's a form that you can fill out and just sign up. So that will be coming to you this afternoon.
Great stuff, Kristen. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Doug, thank you
My
for your
pleasure.
contribution.
Pleasure.
And Mark, thanks for setting it all up. I'm so excited to work with you guys and really get to know everybody. I do have a wonderful team of people that you get to know, and just really looking forward to it, and healthy, happy 2024. So,
Great. Thank you both.
Guys, you
yeah,
bet.
thank you.
Be well.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.